What's up, guys? But I'm Fire here, back from the video, and today we're going to be bringing you guys another offensive gameplay in Madden 22. Today we're going to be running a 5-wide offense. It's something that I actually do not remember ever posting on like the 3 years I posted Madden content, a 5-wide scheme. So we're going to bring you guys one. This is going to be the empty tray stack. Probably one of my favorite ones. Just a little bit of a cool, there's some unique routes, some unique plays. We're not going to go too in-depth on the adjustments. Just want you to watch the game, enjoy it, and pretty much all of that stuff. If you want to see all of the adjustments, want me to hop into practice mode, let me know down below in the comments section. But we're just going to show some freestyle type gameplay. We're in regs with the Steelers, so we're not using a very good offense. In Madden 22, we're using a bad quarterback, not really any speedy wide receivers. There's some decent receivers, but it's not the best offense. We're mainly using the Steelers for the defense, but the Steelers do run like a 5-wide on offense, so I felt like it was kind of right to use them. But you see, starting out the game, we're going with a lot of checkdowns. We run a lot of plays with smoke screens, flat routes, and that's going to be kind of the theme throughout the video. Now, I will say, when you're running 5-wide, it's going to be a lot better to play against a zone coverage defense than it is man coverage, which you will clearly see hopping into our later in the video. So he's actually going to be using Minnesota. He runs some 5-wide of his own, and he hits us with a cover 4 beater. I don't even know exactly what that was, but nice pass by him. Now he's going to the bunch. User just a little bit too slow. Thought he was going to go back to that little mesh spot route in the middle of the field. He decided not to. But yeah, we're going to use the Steelers' strengths. Of course, they don't really have that many explosive plays. I think most Steelers fans would agree with me when I say that. So we're going to kind of use their strengths, dink and dunk. Big Ben, not the best arm deep down the field. So we're going to take things underneath. Of course, when you're passing without Gunslinger, you have to be careful in this game. And you will see we make some mistakes in these gameplays. And this is kind of an accurate representation of what it looks like when I try out an offense. It's not always perfect, 400 yards, 4 touchdowns when I'm trying out a new offense. And I think you'll see that in this game. But it's a lot of fun to try out these new things, and I wanted to show you the video as we get a rage quit immediately after this guy throws a pick. And did you guys just see Brian Burns on that play? I don't know what kind of glitches this DLN user's using, but he destroyed my left tackle. Also a big weakness that really brings the Steelers offense down is going to be this offensive line. And when you're running 5-wide, the offensive line is a huge problem. But you see we're not hitting some nice dots. Immediately our opponent is running man coverage defensively, which I just said was not very good. It's not going to be very good for us. We're going to mix in some slant routes. I actually like this screen pass. We go to this a lot with Chase Claypool. Now, the way to run the screen is to kind of let this develop a little bit. So you don't want to throw it immediately. You want to let the offensive lineman get out there to block. Now you see we hit a little smoke screen, which is one of my favorite routes out of the 5-wide. I just think it's open a lot. You have 2 wide receivers on the side. We go with the smoke screen again, but again, if it's man coverage, you can pretty much throw that concept in the trash because it's not going to be open and it's just a wasted route. Here we're going again. We have a little slant, out route, in route. We're able to actually roll out against the pressure, and the pressure is always coming off the left side with Brian Burns. Able to roll out, hit Deontay on that little slant route. Definitely nice there, and we go right back to the jailbreak screen. Pressure was coming. You got to get the football out quickly, and that's where we messed up. So we're going to go back to the air here. And you'll see, again, another thing when you're trying out a new offense, you miss a ton of reads. You will see this is one of my worst gameplays ever. I missed so many reads in this game watching it back when I was editing. I missed tons and tons of reads, and you saw Pat Freiermuth wide open right off the bat in that route, and I was just not locked in. It takes a long time for me to get used to a 5-wide, and I don't know how that wasn't a pick, but when you're running things, it's going to take a long time to get used to 5-wide. Historically, the worst offenses that I've ever been in or that I'm the worst at are usually spread out formations, even just a gun spread, and then 5-wide is just going to add even more to that. So you're going to see me miss a lot of reads, and that's almost the reason I want to kind of start running a 5-wide scheme is to get better at that, reading all of the field. Bunch, it makes it super easy. That's one of the benefits to the offense. So 5-wide, it's just going to allow me to hopefully get better at that, which it can definitely help you guys too. I know some people might feel the same, whereas if they run a spread, they kind of feel a little bit overwhelmed. They aren't able to go through their reads as fast, and that's still a problem I have, so that's why we're going to try out this 5-wide, and you see me make mistakes, that's perfectly fine, but we're making him work for this offensive drive. 3rd and 10, it's incomplete. He's going to go for it on 4th and 10, and we go right away from the pass he's throwing it to. He went with the verticals concept. Cover 4, the biggest gap in cover 4 is going to be those tight end wheel routes, so I was expecting him to throw that. This should have been intercepted. I don't even know exactly what happened there, but 3rd and goal, used with click slants. My user really wasn't no man land. I was just strafing. When I see slants, I usually don't expect him to throw it that early, and he did exactly that here. We might have had the tight end just runs a little bit too deep for me, and with Big Ben, I don't want Stephon Gilmore to bite on that, intercept the football. We try to go back to the screen. He had 3 guys over there, so we're just going to pretty much complete that for only actually a loss of 1. And yeah, this is where it does not go the best. Again, this man coverage is giving me a lot of trouble. He has some really good cornerbacks. Actually, out of this empty tray stack, you have 2 tight ends on the field. So we have Eric Ebron, who is not the best, especially in regs. Freiermuth, he's not exactly a burner. We try to fit Deontay Johnson. You see it's just a contested catch. Nothing open. We can't even get any bounce backs open. So 4th and 11, we just decide to go for it. Claypool's open. He has deep help. That's really not a pass that you can throw, and we're pretty much forced to throw the football away, which 4th down, it's not the best to do that, but you give your defense a chance to at least make a stop, and we force him into a dumb mistake, spinning with Sam Darnold. I wouldn't recommend that ever, and we actually get the football back with the opportunity to score again. So we're going to go back to trying to keep things simple. Here we're actually able to hit Claypool, an inaccurate pass from Ben. You see it's a lot of these deep passes, they're difficult to complete without a gunslinger, and you saw that throughout the game. So we really don't want to throw the football that deep with Ben, especially when he has 2 safeties over there to make plays. Carolina's secondary is pretty scary, so with Ben, we're going to try and complete these short intermediate passes. You saw the pass to Freiermuth. Here we're going to hit Najee in the flats. Sometimes you just got to throw it out there, even if we have a little bit of separation at the most. You throw the ball out there to your best player, Najee Harris, and you sometimes just give him a chance to break a tackle for you, fight forward, get a fall forward animation. Here we miss a read with Y, and I throw this much, much too late. If I have Gunslinger, maybe that's completion. I definitely should have highballed that. I would definitely agree with that, but it is intercepted, and that's just me not being used to it. You use Gunslinger for so long, and then he is able to get that nice little pass before the half against our cover 4, and he actually gets 3. First play of the half, he tries to slide, and that is the most annoying glitch. I really feel bad for him there because that glitch makes me rage. It might not even be a glitch, but you slide, the player just gets pushed up. You see we're going back to this play with the C route. I don't exactly have the play arts or the play names memorized, but it's the play with the C route with Claypool, and because he's on the particular spot he is in the stack, he actually can't get pressed on it, which is why he's frying the man coverage consistently. We're in the red zone. We're going to go with some out routes. You see, we don't really have any abilities. We have different things. I might have had Freiermuth open there. Might have been a little bit too close. And again, without Gunslinger, you just don't know. So we end up checking down. And this is what we do. We go back to the screen with Najee Harris. Get the ball in your best player's hands in the open field, and he's able to fall forward for us. Now we're in the red zone. We'll see if we can execute. And we're going to go ahead and run a little stick concept. Nothing really doing. We're forced to, again, throw the football away. We're throwing the ball away a lot. We're throwing the football a lot in general, but we're not making huge mistakes. As I say that, we throw an interception. Big Ben led that a little bit too much. I shouldn't have pass led at all probably there. I also probably should have lowballed, but that's a mistake. It's a tight throw. Unfortunately, it gets tipped up. It could have really gone either way, catched, but we're caught. And unfortunately, it just gets tipped right into his defender's hands, and he secures the interception. So again, another mistake, our second interception. But again, these things happen. You're learning an offense. This is my first game running 5 wide probably the entire year. And this is where we actually force him into a interception of his own. The defense really stepping up, and that's Pittsburgh's strength. That's what you would expect them to do. Again, you see I could probably return these for bigger gains. The reason I'm not is I want to show off the offense. That's kind of the point of the video. 2nd and 15, we're able to hit Deontay on this drag again. We're getting a lot of underneath routes, drag slants. Sucks that he wasn't in man coverage this whole game because I love 5 wide against zone. Against man coverage, it's a lot more difficult, and you see that. But we're going back to the screen. Screen against man, it's really been almost our best play on offense. And we're able to hit Najee all the way down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, we go with just a little zig route. It's bagged, but I decide to throw it up. We have a huge height advantage. I click on, undercut him, and that's just a nice user play. You know, sometimes in these games where no one's getting open, you just have to take matters into your own hands, and that's kind of what we did there. The very next play is going to throw an interception, testing our best defense, second best defense player, best DB, Minka Fitzpatrick there with the pick artist ability. He's able to secure that. We played really, really good defense. Now we just got to come up with a 1 touchdown drive, even a field goal drive to put this game away. Najee might have been open there. Again, it's not really a pass you can throw, and you see Freiermuth is wide open. We try and throw that low ball. It just takes so long to get there that we have to click on and undercut the DB. Here, we miss another read with A. I think what happened on that play, actually, is that I clicked the wrong button, maybe with B and A, but nonetheless, we hit Najee again. Getting the ball in your best player on a shallow cross is not the worst thing to happen, and we go back to the screen once again with Najee Harris. And I do like throwing a running back out there. In Ultimate Team, probably not the smartest move, but in regs with the Steelers, that's something that I'm going to do. I'd rather have him than Juju out there. 2nd and 15. We're pretty much in a really good spot. He's going to throw the streak right at Terrell Edmonds, and we're going to be able to secure that interception, which will pretty much wrap the game up with just over 2 minutes remaining. But we're just going to, again, we're trying a new offense. We're not going to chew the clock. We're going to try and find some dots because man coverage is going to come down. It's going to, come up on the road if you're playing a lot of 5 wide. You're going to go against man coverage. You're going to have to learn how to beat it. Now, normally you're going to have players that will get more open than this, yes. Here we're just going to chuck it up, give our best player a chance, Najee Harris. He's going to unfortunately not be able to come up with the football. But sometimes you got to give him a chance, and now our opponent's gone all the way down to a 2-man rush. But you see a lot of missed reads right there. We had the out route with Eric Ebron missed. We try and highball this over the top to Najee Harris. Unfortunately, there's a little bit too much traffic there. Again, 2-man rush. Here we have RB open. That's another misread, but we just hit Najee on the little back, or what's it called, bounce back. 32 attempts. Again, it's a heavy passing offense. So you're never going to run the ball out of this. This is for the guys that love to create cool passing concepts. It's something I like to do. I usually don't run the ball too much, so I'm fine running a 5 wide, but if you're a balanced type of player, this might not be the best thing for you. And that's just because you don't really have a running threat. Maybe if you have a mobile quarterback, you can run that QB draw, but really it's not there. And again, you see another misread B, and I'm just showing all these plays because it happens to me. It's not just, it's a normal thing to struggle in an offense the first time you run it. And you saw I struggled a lot in this gameplay, but we're able to secure the win. We did just enough on offense to secure it. There, again, we take another sack. Took a lot of sacks this game, but again, we did enough on offense, and we're just learning the offense. You're only going to get better the more games you play with an offense, so it's completely normal to struggle. He was calling timeout, so we tried to throw a little touchdown here. And again, you see, this is the play that I found to be the best against man coverage because of that S-post. With some other abilities, maybe a wide receiver apprentice, you could do a little bit more. We tried to highball this to Chase Claypool, and it is incomplete with 3 seconds left, and that is pretty much going to go ahead and wrap up this game. He's going to run his last play offensively, but overall, man, cool scheme. If you want to see maybe another gameplay while we run this in Ultimate Team, which would be a higher level, let me know down below in the comments section. That's going to do it for me, and peace. I'm out of here.